The primetime Monday night matchup is very juicy this week because Brett Favre goes back to the Meadowlands where he played for a year with the Jets, and he's bringing along Randy Moss, who for all those years in New England would plague the Jets, including just a couple of weeks ago when he caught a long touchdown pass against Darrelle Revis, and Revis was hurt on that play and has not played since. Revis is expected back Monday night, and he'll see plenty of Randy Moss in that game. But of most interest probably is that this is a real proving ground for the Jets. If they can win this game, and particularly if their offense can continue to flourish the way it has in the last few weeks, the Jets could be considered a prime contender. The Vikings are a very solid team despite being 1-2. They've had problems moving the ball, and I think that Moss's addition will help them move the ball through the air, plus they have Adrian Peterson. So this will be a really good test for the Jets, and it also will show whether the Vikings are nearly as strong as they were last year, because after this loss, if they were to lose, they'd be 1-3. And at 1-3, that's a tough number to come back from when the Packers are off to a pretty good start. The matchup in Indianapolis features an unbeaten team. It's not the Colts. The Kansas City Chiefs are the only unbeaten team remaining in the league, which means pretty much that the Miami Dolphins of 1972 don't have to worry about their record being challenged because the Chiefs aren't going undefeated. In fact, they'll probably lose this week. The Colts come off a very disappointing game in Jacksonville where their defense let them down tremendously. Plus, their defense is injured. Their offense is also injured somewhat. But the Colts are clearly the better team in this matchup. The good thing about the Chiefs is they're 3-0 in a division where no one has really stood out aside from them. And the Chargers have particularly struggled on the road. That means that the Chiefs, if they can somehow get to 10 wins this season, might be a playoff team. But I don't see this being one of those games that they'll win. When you watch the Saints and watch the Cardinals this year, you can hardly believe these are the same teams that have been so successful in the last two seasons. Let's start with the Cardinals, who have been outscored by 60 points this season, yet they're 2-2 and they're tied for the lead in a very weak division, the Nfc West. The Cardinals are now changing quarterbacks to an untested rookie who was not even drafted, Max Hall out of BYU. That says something about what's going on with that offense. He does have one of the best receivers around in Larry Fitzgerald. Of course, Fitzgerald's been wasted this year because Derek Anderson, who was a starter, has not been able to get the ball to him. The Saints have played 4 very close games. Their offense is yet to really take off. The Saints are 3-1. They could easily have been 0-4. And as they go into the desert in Arizona, you have to think that this is the time that New Orleans will really come through on offense. Drew Brees will find his receivers in this game. They'll maybe get their running attack on track as well in this game. I think what the Saints are looking at now is starting a strong run because the Falcons are also 3-1 in that division, and the Falcons are looking very strong and have beaten the Saints in New Orleans. So now's the time for the Saints to wake up and show why they were the Super Bowl champs last year.